440.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing to dish the darlings. With Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. Hello. Man. Hello to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, my tea baggers, and last but certainly not least, my tea biscuits. What's your tea? What's your tea? What is your tea, honey? It's another glorious day, my darlings. And I'm sure you got all of your crumpet together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea with Big Meats. What's up, honey? I know. We've gone through this hiatus, and I know you got a little bit upset with us and carrying on and all of that, child. Listen, there has been some developments and things. Y'all know I got a new donor factory that I have to report to, and my schedule has been all over the place. Okay? So between that, and then we had other obligations that we had to do that was taking away our Fridays and stuff from us. We are finally here. And what a wonderful time, because, darlings, it is my birthday season. Yes, it is. Y'all know I go from February 28th until April 2nd. And honey, March 4th is my birthday, honey. And I am completely in season. This is season number 56. And honey, y'all will hear me say this all the time. 56 has been many, many, many things, honey, but it has never been this until now. Okay. So, darlings, honey, we are here and we're going to really get into some things today, child. And this is going to be very interesting. Because one of the topics that I have down here, child, these cards are going to be very that way and instrumental in shaping some of this discussion, okay? So now, without any further ado, let's bring over here the man with the plan, honey. Okay. Order. Oh, okay, wait a minute, he ain't ready.
You ain't listening.
He said, I'm not listening. I heard his ass when he said he was going to do it. I didn't know he was doing it right then. Okay.
That's what they're doing.
Shit. Tell him I'm not listening. Okay.
Wait.
Anywho. But while he's doing all that, let us get into a couple of things. Okay. First off, happy birthday to all of those who are in the Pisces mode. And this is Pisces season. We are the last sign of the zodiac, honey, and by far the best. I say that all the time. Why? Because Pisces encompasses all the other 11. And you can call us a mud if you want to, honey, okay? But we encompass all of the other signs. We are an amalgamation of them all, okay? So for those of us that are in Scorpio, for those that are in Libra, for those that are in Gemini, for those that whatever, honey, we are, but we are all of you. Okay. So happy birthday to all of those who are in Pisces season. And for those who are coming up now, listen, I want to make this announcement for those of you who are going to be in the Atlanta area. Now, the 21st, March 21st, which is the third Saturday of March, my outreach ministries that I'm a part of, honey, AIM Outreach Ministries, honey, we're going to be doing our pop-up and praise, honey. That's where we're going to be out and about, honey. We're going to be out here in Stonecrest Mall. This is our last month for Stonecrest Mall because we're doing a location per quarter. So I'm going to be here every third Saturday, honey. We go out and we put a little something together and just out there to offer prayer and a little fellowship, honey, for those who just walk up, child. Okay, we're gonna have I think we can do a little something on the grill. Nothing real fancy, just something to say, hey, come over fellowship with us. If you want prayer, that's fine. If you don't, you just want to come talk, that's fine too. We're just out there that want to sit down and spread a little bit of joy, a little bit of love, a little bit of compassion to those who just want to be touched and want to let the world know, honey, that I exist, because sometimes we forget that people just want fellowship, So we're going to be doing that. And that there is the third Saturday, the 21st of March. We're going to be here in Stonecrest Mall. And we're going to be out there from 12 until 2. Okay? So come on out. And if you want to come out and pray with us and carry it on, honey, hey, the more the merrier, honey. We can all touch and agree and do those particular kinds of things. We love doing the outreach work. That's what it is. Outreach is outreach, honey. And we're going out to reach the people, honey. Okay. So that there is that. You guys do know that this year we are approaching our 17th season come July 1st. July 1st is our anniversary. So we are approaching that, and we're looking to do some things. Y'all hear me say this every year. We're doing, bigger stuff and better stuff and carrying on. For those of you who are looking for WTEA, I had to take a break because I got to strip all the music and then rebuild because I got to switch some of that music out, right? They only give us a certain amount of time and space. So I got tired of playing the same music, okay? But Nonetheless, we got to strip out all the music and then put music back in there so that I can have a fresh playlist and some stuff coming up. Plus, I'm going to be doing my own little DJing and carrying on. Okay, put my own little thing together. So I've been trying to work on that to interact with you guys a little bit more. So WTEA Radio is doing this, and of course WAHR is doing the same thing. Got to reboot and this, that, and the other, and regroup and carry on because we only got X amount of space. We got all this beautiful music, but we ain't got all the space to hold it. Okay. So that there is of that. Now, we're going to get into tonight's show, and it's going to be a little bit that way. Now, y'all know, what, I'm going to do something I have not done in a long time. When I first started the show, I used to have a disclaimer. And my disclaimer is, listen, any and everything that comes out of my mouth, honey, any 4, 5, 17, 26, 52 letter word and or syllable word that comes out of my mouth, honey, listen, I have earned every right to say it. Okay? I don't make apologies and carry it on. This here is going to be one of those kind of shows. So if you don't know how to hold yourself, whatever, do understand that this particular show is your listening discretion is. One more time. Your listening discretion is advised. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you got to go. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Okay? But do know this. If you decide to come out of a bag on us, I'm going to come out of a bigger bag.
You can bring me on after that.
Okay? I'm going to come out of a bigger bag. So do know if y'all come up in here being crazy and carrying on, yeah, that's going to be it. Okay? So we're going to get into a couple of things. Now, you ready? I know what you said. I'm asking, nigga. Can I do my shit over here?
Do your shit.
Now, without any further ado, honey, this is the one and only, the big guy right there. The big red fella. What's up, baby?
The blinds of life. Open them up.
You stupid. You stupid. Okay, you stupid. And that we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Okay. What up, though, Buck? Okay, what you saying? Let's see. Also, we're going back to StreamYard at the network starting next week. Oh, you are? Okay. So, yay. Who we got over here? We got, hi, what's going on? That's a new face. Okay. You said you're redoing your station as well. See, all of us got to sit up there and get it in, honey. Yes. Oh, who up in here? Look at this. Okay. Hey, Big Meech. Hope to see you at church tomorrow. Yes. AIM Outreach Ministries under the leadership of Pastor Shakita Glover. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. That's Mother Angela, honey. We not mad. We know life be lifing. Yes, child. Life be lifing, honey.
We'll be there.
Okay. Yes, we are there, honey. Hey, Road, what's going on, love? Okay. So, hi. Okay. Hey, Bestie. And Red, what's up? Hey, Pastor, what's happening? Okay. So now, Pastor, close your ears a little bit, honey, because we're going to get into something, okay? Now, the first topic that we're going to explore, ladies, this is going to be directed to you, okay? This is going to be directed to you. And this comes from a discussion that Brett and I were just having just recently. And I decided I want to do a little flip on it because we talk about this, but not when we're going to flip it. And ladies, here we go. Why is it that you guys or you ladies end up raising the kind of man that you say you don't want to fuck with? Huh? How is it or why is it that you end up raising the kind of man that you say you don't want to fuck with? What do I mean? What you mean, Meech? What you mean?
Crickets, crickets, crickets.
Oftentimes, now you know the argument is that a lot of single parents, and particularly single mother-led households, a lot of times with their sons, and in particular if they have one son, but if it's more than one, the love, it gets spread out. But if they got one boy in their house, usually, normally, and most of the time, she treats him like her pseudo-husband. Okay? He got all the responsibility. He is the man of the house. I hate when women tell that to boys. Well, you the man of the house now. I hate when men say that to boys. I'm going to, you the man of the house. I hate that. Because no, he's a child or he's a teenager. Okay? He don't have responsibilities and carrying on. And even if he did, you are not on the same level as the damn parent. So no, you don't know. Okay, but that's me. If y'all want to do that, okay, because I know several folks to do. Okay, but here it is. You sit up and you allow said person, you enable him to get into the whole world of being pit, ball, shot caller. And all he doing is smoking weed and playing video games in your house. Okay, he bringing a little girlfriend or girlfriend plural. You allow him to have sex in your house with this little girl. Okay, you allow him to have an opinion about how you run your life. Okay, even if you have a significant other, you done bought a man in the house of this, that, and the other, you know y'all serious and this, that, and the third. You let him, this boy child, male child, to then try to dictate the house. He then gets disrespectful with the dude, okay, and want to act as if he got some kind of common say. Now, instead of you putting the boy in check, you put the man in check. You don't be doing that. That's my son. That's my child. You don't be doing that to my child.
Okay.
We go there.
All right. All right. Also, we have to focus on the female that you are raising.
Let's go there.
You allow them to dictate your relationships because they want to be your friends. Hey girl.
Oh, yeah.
Hey girl will get you hit in the mouth when I was growing up.
I know that's right.
But the parents that are accepting that from these felines, right?
Yeah.
Are enabling them, also making them feel as if they have a say-so on who you date. Because they want to be your friend. And you are allowing them to be your friend.
Exactly.
You partying with them, doing TikToks with them and all that old crazy mess, putting them in a mental state of mind to where they have an opinion or set opinion on who you date and how you date.
And how and why.
And will disrupt what you're trying to build. Because it takes the attention away from them being your friend.
You know, pause right there, because here's the question. And I want y'all to answer this question realistically. How is it that your child become your best friend? Huh? I need to know that. Now, I'm not talking about when the baby, y'all adults and they 30, 40 years old and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they still in your house They teenagers, early 20s. How do you say your child is your best friend? I can understand if the child say that, my mama is my best friend or whatever, because they're building a relationship and this and the other. And if the child feels comfortable with being able to have an open dialogue with the parents or whatever, I get it. But even in that dynamic, the parent is not going to sit down there and call the child the best friend because of boundaries. What we have established is the lines of communication are open. You can come and talk to me about any and everything, right? But the parent is not going to say that, oh, that's my best friend. But when we got parents who make the declaration that your 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old child is your best friend,
That's a mental thing, bro.
how do we do that?
I'm telling you, that's mental. That's mental. That is somebody trying to fill the gap.
Yeah.
Something they missing in their life.
Yeah.
That is a mental health situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way that you will allow a child to dictate your future.
Mm-mm. Here's two. And let me go here. How many of y'all put that kind of responsibility on your child? My mother and I had this conversation. Hey, mama. And she told me if she had to do it all over again, she would have let me be a child. I said, Mama, what do you mean? She said, I came to rely on you because you showed me you can do it. If I showed it to you, you got it that one time, and I put it in your lap because it was one less thing that I had to worry with. And I said, oh. She said, yeah. She said, but that was unfair for me because I took your childhood from you because I got you helping me raise these kids. That's not their responsibility. Okay. But you show me that you are helping me. See, mama didn't see it as me helping her raise the kids at the time. I was there to help because why? She's going through a divorce with my father. She's a single woman. By the time my mother was 30, 1980, yeah. My mother was 30. I was 10. My mother's 30, divorced with 4 kids. Okay. And was just labeled disabled and couldn't go to work. Okay. So now she's trying to make ends meet. My mother's she's a street girl, honey. So she was a gambler. She did horses and things. So while she out hustling, hey, that's me. Raising kids, changing diapers, changing pampers, cooking dinner, keeping up the house.
I didn't know that she did horses. It was crazy. My pops did it.
Oh,
God rest his soul. He used to hit them horses.
Oh, my mother was a genius with them horses. Oh my God, DRC. Oh, please, Hazel Park. Lord, honey.
I tried it once myself. I hit the trifecta. I walked away from it because the money was too good for that little bit of money. I like, nah, that's poison.
Okay. But that there is my story. Okay, and I'm a 70s baby. So we talking at this particular time. This is 79, 80, 81. So we here. Now my sisters, I was 3 years older than my brother. He's born in 73. 7 years older than my sisters. My sisters were born in 77. So here I am. Okay. I'm 10 with 3 babies. Helping mama. Okay. So this is where this is. And so for me, I then matured rather quickly. Okay. Because what was kid stuff, honey, my mom would say, well, if she was in the house or whatever, didn't feel like going outside, she would tell her to go outside. And she'll tell me to watch them. Well, if I'm watching the kids, I'm sitting on the porch because the kids go play.
Right.
Okay. That's children stuff. Okay. So I matured very quickly. Okay. And that there is, like I said, that's the 70s. Now, these kids, now our kids, this is us. These are our kids and grandchildren. We have now taken what somebody who's lived a similar experience to me and went 2.0. We done sit up there now to where we didn't want our kids to call us mom and carrying on. I know several folks who are brilliant with having their kids call them by their first name. Because they good at because I don't look like no mama.
Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. I grew up calling my dad by his name, his first name. But it was something that was accepted. It was between me and him.
Right.
Accepted. And he was in a comfort zone with that. So, but
can I put a proviso there? It's a little different with men. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that there was your indoctrination to your manhood with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that comfort level, what you did with that couldn't nobody else do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that there was his teaching ground for you. So go ahead. But it's different. It's different.
But had I done opened up my mouth and said something to Karen, I wouldn't. That wouldn't have worked out. If I came out my mouth and said, Karen, you need to, boy.
Listen. I was a child. How old was I? I had to be still single digits. And, I'm playing. And I had called my mother by her full name. It's Essie Lorraine Taylor. And I got that mama look, because her neck popped, that mama popped, and she looked at me. She said, my name is always mama to you. She said, you don't ever call it. And then she was walking up on me, and I said, ooh, wait. You don't ever call me by that name. I am always mama to you. She said, I can be 105 and you can be 99 years old. I will always be mama to you. Yes, ma'am. Okay. The only time I would call her by her name was when I had to get her attention, because we was at the store once. I was like, mama. And she said, I done heard mama so long to where I just knew you weren't talking to me. Lorraine. And she heard that. And she stood. She jumped up. She said, boy, I said, mama, I had to get your attention. You wasn't listening when I was calling you mama. So yeah, but no, we have allowed our kids and now our grandkids to want to call us by our names. So now we have taken this, and we call them by our names. We done said that they are best friends. Okay. Oh, my mama, my best friend.
Now that I think about it, that was on my father's side of the family thing.
Really?
Because my grandmother, I call her Irma. You know what I'm saying? My aunt, she Laverne, I call Laverne. Of course, you heard me, I talk to Stanley all the time. I've been calling him Stanley.
Right.
And, I call my dad Ronnie. So when I look at it, that was that side of the family. Now, my grandfather on that side of the family, it was Big Daddy. And everybody.
Right.
I don't care if you were 90 years old.
Right.
That's what you call him.
Right.
Okay. But on my mother's side, her mama was Granny.
Right. Now, here we go. Ladies, you raising these boys to be the men that you say you don't want to fuck with.
Exactly.
How is it that you have allowed your own child, this is somebody that you birthed it, you done pushed this baby out and this, that, and the other, but yet because of whatever your support system is, the type of masculinity that you have nurturing your son, okay, if you don't have no man in his life, be it his father, uncle, whatever, okay, then that means that you showing him the fuckers that you fuck around with. I'm calling you out. You showing him the niggas that you fuck around with. Okay. And then you talking with your girlfriends, all that girl. Y'all know how we talk, girl. This motherfucker here. And I know that. Oh, you say that's what you don't want. But yet you got little Ray Ray right here, honey, and you are training him to be just that.
Matter of fact, can I tell the story?
Go, please do.
Okay. That's somebody that I know personally. This just happened last week. Okay. This is real life. He's in a solid relationship with his lady. She has a 22-year-old son. Because, he's not their father, the 22-year-old don't want to respect him. A friend of mine. So every time that he tries to correct the 22-year-old, he's doing it out of love. He's showing him like, hey, you know what? You don't have to do this way. He's trying to give him the game. Show him how to do something different. He in the kitchen messing up, you know what I'm saying? He like, oh, let me show you how to do this right quick. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much trying to show the boy love because he ain't no father figure. But he's being rebellious to said friend of mine. He's being rebellious, like little things like, nigga, you don't need to show me, like that type of, And this particular time last week, he came out of his mouth and told my friend, which is a 40-year-old man, he told him, he called him a BITCH. You know what I'm saying? He called him, BITCH, that nigga, whatever. Okay. He said he didn't go at it. He said something to his girl. He said, yo, talk to your son. He said, he pushing the envelope of disrespect. He's way over the line. Because if he called me, you know what I'm saying, BITCH again, if he called me one again, he said, then I'm going to give him some grown man problems.
How about that?
So she said something to her son. And then he turns around because mama's standing there and say, he's defending this BITCH New York ass nigga.
Right.
And when he said it, said friend of mine told him, he said, hey, you know what? He said, come on, let's go outside and see how much of a BITCH. Huh?
Right.
He said, come on. He said, come on outside. So he was like, yeah. So the young fella think he could take it. She turns around and starts snapping at my friend, talking about, you don't be inviting my son outside to fight, this, that. Like she didn't hear all the disrespect that came out of her son's mouth. You should be correcting him and directing him to the unemployment office.
A food stamp or something.
He ain't bringing nothing in the house. I done got the resume on. He cooked, piled dishes up, don't wash dishes. She got to tell him 10 times, take the trash out. He's doing nothing and bringing nothing. He's a liability. But yet still, you want to be disrespectful to somebody who's been trying to just show you the ropes. But the mother wants to stand up for him. Now, here's the problem. Like he said in the beginning of this, y'all said y'all didn't want no guy like that.
Right.
He's everything you don't want. But you are protecting him in his issues.
That's a good word, protect.
Why are you protecting him in his issues? You are enabling this young man, turning him into trash. He has nothing to offer the world. And the world ain't going to take him. But he going to blame the world for all his problems.
Okay.
When the real problem that he should be blaming his mother.
And y'all don't want to hear that, ladies.
He should be blaming his mother because she ain't got no business taking up for a disrespectful dude like that. Matter of fact, let me tell you something about my family up in the Midwest. Because I come down here in the South and I done got weirded out. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be straight up with y'all. I'm in the weird zone when it comes to this subject. Because up there, where I'm from in the Midwest, 18 and out. Get out.
Okay.
Fly, birdie, fly. Flap your wings.
Right.
18 and out. You ain't got nothing. Boy, when you come across that stage, you got the diploma, high school. Yeah. Here's your luggage.
Right.
I'm going to holler at you. You ain't got no plan?
Right.
Because you should be headed your butt to college, the military, or you should have some job. Because if you're not bringing this to the table, baby, you're a liability. Liabilities are not welcome.
Okay. He said, and many be training their daughters to accept sorry ass men think they won't respect them. Then they grow up and say, well, my mama accepted it, so it must be the norm. I like that.
Let me tell you something, and I'm here. If I date a woman and she has sons or sons or whatever, right? I'm only gonna pour into them what is necessary for them to win in today's world.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Now, if they get so out of pocket that they don't want to be accepting to it, then that's when I'm gonna see where she's at.
Exactly.
I'm gonna turn them over to her, and I'm gonna give information
right
that I was trying to give to them.
Right. Since they won't accept it from me, I'm gonna give it to you to pass on.
Because at the end of the day, my job is I can't love her and not love them.
Right. Right.
But I have to be the adult and find different avenues to make it happen. Because they don't know nothing about being an adult.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I like that, Bud. You said, and we see that they start smoking and drinking with them. You know what? That party with your kids, JS. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I probably got. Let me tell you something. I probably got cringes in my skin, underlying skin.
Yeah. Because
I lived somewhere where somebody was going, "Hey, girl."
Yeah.
And it was being accepted.
Yeah. Right. But here's the thing, and I want to pose this as a question because here's something that I think is an issue that we either don't look into or it may not have the same amount of weight. Either or. Ladies, when you take up for these guys and your sons, okay, the way that you do, is it because of the whole idea you don't want your child to sit up there and think, I chose my man over my children? Because there are times where, and we've seen the movies and we know folks who've been in this particular situation where there are women who have been dead wrong because the man that they so busy trying to run after, whatever, have been fucking over the kids, you know, in the worst way and carried on, and she did not protect her children. Okay. But at the same time saying that, you also have where the children come up in here, and because they have no disrespect, because he ain't my daddy, I don't have to do that because that ain't my real dad. That real daddy thing. Okay. When we bring that into play and you don't put no balance in your house, you don't restore balance. Or, let me add this. Or you're trying to restore balance because you married this man or he's become a permanent part of your life and you are not showing or making a way to where the transition is going to be smooth. Okay. To where your new man, your new husband is now the head of the house. And you're giving him that permission. You're giving him that permission and the leeway to be head of the house. But yet you revoke it from him the second you start to sit up there and take up for these kids.
Yep.
How do we do that? You say you want a daddy for your kids, but those of y'all who keep looking for daddy for these damn badass heathens. Okay. Then when you find one to come into the house, then you want to sit there and restrict his power and tell him what he can and cannot do. Oh no, you can't discipline my children. No, you come tell me, and I will do all that. Why? I'm trying to make that particular piece, and I think I get it on one aspect of it because that particular thing has been abused. We have seen where a lot of us have grown up in those mixed families and carrying on to where the new father or whatever coming to the house, and he had just been this ogre and this tyrant because you've accepted that this is a package deal.
Oh, wait a minute, though. Wait. Wait.
Uh-huh.
How about every time, let's call it the stepfather.
Okay.
Every time the stepfather speaks, whether it's a whisper or a bark,
Right.
they complain to their mother that he growling at them, he yelling at them, he speaks in a harsh way. No matter how you speak, as long as it's something against what they trying to do,
right,
you speaking in a harsh way. Even when you switch up how you speak to them,
right,
they still complain the same complaint. And guess who steps in and protects them?
Of course.
Steps in the conversation and be like, well, you ever thought about the way you talk to them or the way your tone is? You know, you look at her like, now I know damn well you just heard me whisper.
Right.
I know you just heard, because it's when you say something and you know it's quiet enough where the other person ain't heard it.
Right.
And then they hit you with that.
Right.
That means you got no win.
None.
You got no win.
None.
And the kids know
it. And they weaponize it. Because we have empowered them to weaponize it. How? Because you keep them in your business. They know when you get paid before you do. They know what deals got to go out before you do. They know how you buy your bra and panty set.
It's crazy.
Okay. And you empower them to sit down there and now to walk and do your relationship before you do. Okay. You empower that. Now, let me give a disclaimer here for me, or just tell my business. Because when my mother had started dating, yes, I did not like that in the beginning. And for the longest time, I despised him because he wasn't my father. Okay. I was very upset with the fact that, ooh, shucky ducky. I just had a revelation that's gonna come later. That's for later in the show. Damn, I just had a revelation. Damn. Wow, that's okay. I was very much so emphatically mad at my mother for being able to move on. You know,
really?
Oh God. Because I was one who believed in the after school specials. Okay, my mother and father, this and that, and carried on. And
I'm laughing at this.
Yeah. When I was a kid,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right. Okay. But I was one who thought that was going to be. And when they were, the way they were fighting, carrying on was ridiculous. And I saw how my world and my dream of family was being destroyed. Okay. At the hand of my father. Okay. So now, I'm watching my mother move on, and she was happy in this and the third, and then of course, her being whatever, I'm seeing a different side of my mother that I ain't never seen before, right? She in the motorcycle club, and who is this woman? And this, that, and the third. And so, now, mind you, what I say, I'm helping her raise children, right? So, and I was always the precocious one. I was the smart one, so I'm in this whole idea of he's a bad influence on my mother, and my mother's accepting this. She's too smart for this. Why are we doing this? And why is this? And I was very adamant. He couldn't say shit to me without me having my ass on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And then came This still upsets me. Then came the days when my brother and my sisters were calling him daddy.
That bothered you bad, didn't it? Messy.
Oh my God. I mean, some my brother and I fought about that. We had a fist fight about that. And what it was, I could not understand it. I got it. I got it later. Okay. I got it later. But at the time, it was again, the precocious child who ain't got no business in my mama's business. And got no business in and my mother did not put me in it. I catch that tea. Mama didn't put me in her business like that. I helped raise these kids, but I wasn't in my mama's business. You understand me? But me being me, okay, I got in her business indirectly, snooping, listening and killing. I'm ear hustling and shit, I got all that. And so now I'm offended. Okay. I'm holding out for hope from my dad and this, that, and the other. But then came me trying to hold out for hope. But then this motherfucker tied my hands. You not doing what you're supposed to do.
You know how many times that young men and young girls have major issues because they have this happy days dream of their parent coming back and returning to
I know, and I was one of them.
And with that mental capacity of waking up every day with "I hope Daddy come home today," that right there, is a major. It's a nail in the spine. You know what I'm saying? It's like you become this terrible person in the house.
Yeah.
Because your attitude is destructive each day.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because nobody has to do anything to you. And you're not going to say exactly what your problem is.
There's no words for it. You don't know how to voice it like that.
You don't know how to voice it. But at the same time, I've learned that it's a lot of children like that in this world. Now, the boys, disrespectful, toughen up, you know what I'm saying? And they want to try to whoop the stepdad and all that.
Because again, that's the inoculation into manhood and shit. That's that you the man in the house bullshit.
And the girls, I done heard so many stories. But the girls either they become little witches. You know what I'm saying? And they just totally disrespectful. Like if the man is even speaking to them, they'll just speak over him. Right. Like he's not standing there talking, you know. They'll speak over him. Right. And then also, I mean, like you saying, after school specials, right? Let's talk after school special for real. How many stories have you heard? But most of these are of the other throne, right? But how many times have you heard them lie on the man? Get him locked up, or you know what I'm saying, or just cause a rigmarole. And the first thing the woman always do when you got simple stuff. When I say simple stuff, man, you got simple stuff like if they saying it right then, like, you know what I'm saying, like the shows I've seen, they saying it right then. All right, stop. Don't bathe or nothing. Right. Go get it checked. Right. Right. Okay. All right. Stop. Let's do a lie detector test.
Mm-hmm.
All right, stop. Let's do. You know what I'm saying? It's like so much things that you can do at stop, but no, at stop you want to take the side of the child and act an ass with the man.
Mm-hmm. All of that.
Because I'm gonna tell you what I've seen this in Illinois. I've seen somebody get lied on, and the crazy thing about it, you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
The girl, she was a teenager. She lied on the gentleman because she couldn't get along with him.
Mm.
So she lied on him like he tried to come on to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said her whole story, her dates and everything, right?
Uh-huh.
You want to hear this? He was with me at the club. He snuck out the house that night.
Oh.
He wasn't even in the house. Because normally what he used to do is when he wanted to stay, when the wife go to bed or whatever,
Right.
she go to sleep or whatever, and he'll go downstairs and kick back and watch a movie, and, you know what I'm saying, in the living room with the TV on.
Right.
What the plan that night was slide out the door.
Mm.
And he slid out the side door. And we was out.
My God, today.
Now here it is. This man was nowhere in the doggone residence at the time of this doggone story. He was downtown Chicago. And I still remember at the Ascot Hotel. At the ballroom of the Ascot. Battle of the DJs. Ron Hardy. Jamie Principle. Everybody snuck out for that.
My God, today. But ladies,
he called hell.
These are some of the examples. Okay.
Oh, but I hate.
No, go ahead.
He found out she split up with him, right?
Right.
He called hell with all that. I done went to war, came back home. Right. We having a gathering. She's there, he's there, because everybody from the neighborhood. She apologizes to him. You got the whole neighborhood looking at this man crazy. She apologizes to him because the daughter finally told her she lied.
Wow. And what do you do with that, children? What do you do?
These kids are destructive when it comes to adults. And it comes all about to them getting their way.
Right.
But when they stuck in that mental capacity of getting their way or that sense of entitlement, it's the moms or the single parent that's holding them down, because I know some dads that coddle their kids that's raising their kids by themselves. They coddle them and it's like they can't get a bump or scratch on them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I blame them too. You have to change how you raise these children.
Yeah.
Well, look at this here.
Okay. You gotta look.
Welcome to Atlanta.
Welcome, honey. We here in the studio. So when y'all heard that noise, and we left the door open. And it's starting to rain, but it feels cute. It feels really cute. Okay. But listen, I'm almost up on this commercial break, and I want y'all to put into the comments while we go to this break about what are your thoughts on that, ladies? Because see, we have to really start to take responsibility in this, because oftentimes as the nurturers of the children, for the most part, okay, children are always they're going to pick up what they see and what they don't see, what they hear and what they don't hear. And
their masters of manipulation.
And yeah, and They become masters of manipulation when you empower them to be. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that we coddle them and this, that, and that, it's one thing to have smart kids. We all want smart kids. Okay. But when you start to see that they learn how to outwit you and you don't put a stop to it, you don't put that in check. I remember, you know, that's what you don't do this, and then you don't guide it through or whatever. If you don't put those in the place, then what you have is someone who feels that they are your contemporary.
Yeah, you know, I watched a woman, kids, 4 boys, set her up through the system, and they all went to defects.
Wow.
All went to defects because one thought he was, somebody told him, peep game. Somebody told him it's fun over there because they get toys and all that stuff and all that mess and all that. So the rest of them just started lying on their mama.
Oh, you know, listen, we're going to take a
look. I lived that.
Lord have mercy. Okay, we're going to take a little commercial break right here. And then when we come back, we're going to get into another topic. Okay. Wait a minute, this might be interesting. We'll talk to you in a minute.
How you all doing? My name is Jason Pander, and I'm the CEO and founder of B Condoms. Today I'm about to give you a demonstration to show you why B Condoms are the strongest condoms in the market. There's nothing better. What we're going to do today is I took one of our Platinum XL condoms, we're going to put it over a cucumber, and what I'm going to show you is that we can cut through this cucumber without actually breaking the integrity of our condom. Now you can see I put the condom over this cucumber. I'm going to take a knife. We're going to now cut through it. Now, keep in mind, all condoms are not able to do this. This is something special, all right? Our condoms are pH friendly for the women, all right? They're vegan friendly, they're organic. We don't have any of the toxins that you'll find in other types of condoms, like the caseins, the glycerins, the glutens, any of those. That's why our condoms are odorless and they're tasteless. So what you now saw was, voila, all cuts through the cucumber. Now watch this. Take some water, open it up. No holes. This is what you get when you purchase a B condom. The best quality on the market, black owned, and make sure to protect the culture with B condoms. Nothing's better. Thank you. Jason Panda tapping out.
Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570.
Are you ready to continue the journey with talk show host, internet sensation, and author of Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey, Big Meech? He is offering another installment of thought-provoking ideas, principles, and metaphors that will encourage, enlighten, inspire, uplift, and catapult you into a brand new evolution of accepting yourself in your total truth. Revelations, affirmations, and confirmations. The new book by Big Meech is infused with conversations of love and inspiration that gets right down to the real nitty-gritty. It will confront the reader with the proverbial mirror in an effort to take a deep, closer look within to find all that one needs to propel forward and make life happen. Get your copy today on Amazon.com or go to www.dishingtea.com. That's www.dishingtea.com. For more information, contact Big Meech at 404-914-5610. Revelations, affirmations, and confirmations. This message has been brought to you by Too Deep and Pastor Don Jr., CEO of the Winning Team.
The views and opinions expressed here on Dishing Tea TV are strictly those of the hosts and guests of this program. They do not reflect the views and opinions or governing actions of any of the sponsors or affiliates of Dishing Tea Entertainment, Artist First Entertainment, Big Guy ENT, Atlanta Hot Radio, Black GDP TV, or Diversity TV. Your viewing and listening discretion is advised. All right, and we are back. If you're just tuning in on your Dishing Tea with Big Meech, of course, and my co-host over here, my brother from another mother. This is the big guy ally over there, the big red. What's happening? What's happening?
God bless you.
Now, listen, we're really going to go into a subject that it's going to be probably we won't get on this one long, I don't think. Because it requires education. Okay. And though, no, I consider myself to be somewhat of an expert. I do not live a trans experience life, although, being part of the Rainbow Connection, and the tribe of the rainbow. This particular question. This particular question always sprinkle. I'm gonna beat him. That's the inside thing. There was a question that was brought up, and I always give my heteroattractional counterparts the opportunity to have a question. That they're serious and about something that they really want to know, right? Because one of the things about being able to coexist into this world is that we have to be able to have the hard conversations, the difficult questions, and without this, me mugging and carrying on.
Right.
And to be quite honest, if you really want to know the truth of the matter, the question is a real question, and it's to see if you know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay, and we're gonna be real with it. And here's where it is. The question is, and it was posed like this. If someone who was preoperative trans, and usually in these particular conversations that
you better explain what that means.
Hold on. Usually in these kind of conversations, they always talk about trans women, that they're born male and they live their lives as women. Okay. Pre-op means that they have not had any sexual reassignment surgery. In layman's terms, they still have the same equipment, okay? Downstairs.
They boys.
He just wanted to say that, okay? You know what? He gets on my damn nerves when you do that shit. Okay.
You a boy, Damon.
But the question was, if a trans woman finds herself in some kind of relationship or sexual situation with two gay men.
I'm a Nazma Tuck.
Okay. I'm not looking at you. I should have been ready for that, but I was not. I'm not looking at you.
Tell you what they call it?
I'm not looking at you. So the question becomes, what is their sexuality? Are they gay? Are they, or whatever? Because the gay men, if she's presenting as a woman and they having sex with her and she still has the male equipment, what is that, right? And that's a fair question. Okay, it's a fair question because for the most part, the world wants everything to be in black and white. Okay, black and white, it's either this or it's that. Okay, and here in this world, okay, If it has a penis, you're a male. If it has a vagina, you're female. Okay? That there is biology. That does not change. That will never change. That there is why we have a lot of confusion, because when we talk about transgender issues, a lot of folks here, you're trying to say that you're a woman and you never will be. No, I'm always be a woman if I'm female presenting. I will never be female because that's not my equipment.
Oh,
Okay.
so the woman and the female is how they separate that.
Exactly.
Well, hey,
Okay.
I feel like I just got my doctorate.
Okay. Because what and now here's language that gets all that way, because y'all will hear terms like it's a social construct, right? Which basically it is. Okay. Society has deemed what man is, what woman is, and carried on. Okay. Biology tells us what male is and what female is. Biology won't ever change because it can't. Okay. It won't. Now, for those who, the word that we have now is intersex. Okay.
Into what?
Intersex. Intersex is the word that replaces hermaphrodites. Those are the children who are born with both sex organs. Okay.
So wait a minute. Oh. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pepper in it. Okay. Hermaphrodites,
Yeah.
they're born that way.
They're born that way. Yes.
So how you gonna bump that word and make intersex, and it's somebody that's not born that way?
No, intersex doesn't. No. Intersex has now become the clinical term because hermaphrodite now is considered to be derogatory.
It's derogatory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's a derogatory term now. So intersex has now replaced that word, when we talk about those who are born that way. Okay. With both sex organs.
Okay. So what about, so it's a trans, okay, we got a trans dude, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. He got a grandfather clock swing, right? So what do we call him? Like, is he intersex as well?
No.
Huh?
No, he's not intersex.
He just inter.
He's trans.
He's just trans.
He's transgender.
Why you don't take that from the kids?
Take what from the
The
kids?
transformer thing. There's more than meets the eye, right? I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't hear.
Y'all be thinking it. Y'all don't want to say it.
Okay.
Well, go ahead. I didn't do anything.
Okay, let me talk to y'all because this is what he wanted. So a lot of that, when it comes down to sexuality, and this is where gets so confusing, okay? Because a lot of folks want to believe, well, if you're doing all that to live your life, and you're going to have a sex change, just to say you're going to sleep with a woman, why don't you just stay a man? Okay, because there's a lot of trans women who, once they have, identified themselves as trans and whatever augmentation they've done, or whether the hormonal replacement they're carrying on, for those who have gone and are post-operative, meaning they went on and had surgery, a sexual reassignment surgery. A lot of them live their lives as lesbians. Okay, many of them, have wives, and so the wives didn't leave, and they stayed with them. So
is that a gay relationship?
In the eyes of, yes, it will be. It becomes a gay relationship because this person is identifying as a woman now. So yes, that there would technically be, yes, a gay relationship.
So okay, so when Michael, right, he get a split and tuck, right?
Okay.
Right. And if he's dating Walona, right, and she got a doggone attach and puff.
Attach and puff.
So does that make them heterosexual?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Boy, y'all lying to me.
Yes.
Y'all lying to me.
Yes.
No, 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 no.
Yes.
No, no. It sounds like the broken pieces from cooking gingerbread man got mixed up. And there's too many cookies and Wookiees flying around. They just eating whatever.
But you're in good company because a lot of folks don't want to accept it. You know, they don't want to accept it. And so the question that was raised, you know, what is their sexuality? Because all of it's supposed to be gay to begin with. And
yeah, that's what I don't understand.
You know, and
you go this way to go back this way.
But a lot of folks don't, they won't understand it. And if that's not what that is, you're not going to get it. There's nothing that can change your mind about it. You could probably accept the reasoning, but as far as getting in and be like, okay, you never will.
And so let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few hundred studs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got guys like me that they visit secretly.
Okay.
Because they don't want nobody else to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the guys like me ain't supposed to tell nobody.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? Why don't you just go ahead and be a girl?
Because that's not what she's comfortable.
But she comfortable.
That's not what she's comfortable. And every now and again, that you just happen to be an anomaly. Now that whole lesbian thing, I'm not an expert on that. I
just tried to figure it out because I know a few of them that go get the willy whacker that actually got a blood flow in it.
Right.
They go get that willy whacker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't tell nobody.
Right.
But then I'm asking myself this, right?
The
willy whacker that they get, why he so comfortable hitting this doggone pin cushion that look like him?
Yeah.
He gay.
Whatever that is. Whatever that is.
Because old boy show up and be done took the pills and got a full beard.
Right.
But still got, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Most of our lesbians who identify as studs or aggressive women, you know, that's what they are. They're just a masculine identified lesbian, a male or millie. Okay. But trans men, those who are living their lives as men, okay, a lot of them, they have not perfected the surgery for the phallus or to create a penis. And so it's not necessarily perfect. So a lot of them will not opt to have that particular kind of surgery done. Now, what they will do is, you know, once they start taking the testosterone and carrying on, they clit will extend. And so, yeah, they have that. But otherwise,
that is a whole lot of mess for nothing.
It's nothing to you, but it's everything to them.
Boy, I swear.
You know, and that
Can you imagine if the dogs and cats started?
The dogs and cats do.
Huh? Oh, they trans?
What? The dogs and cats, well, no, like gay shit. We don't seen that shit.
Oh, we got gay dogs.
Yeah.
Wow. They done got to the dog, yo.
Wait a minute. What you say, Emmanuel? To answer your question about the lesbian who gets a man for sexual pleasure, sorry to say she just uses you for sexual pleasure. Well, but Emmanuel, see, here's the question. A lot of our heteroattractional counterparts are trying to find out this. Okay. You can't be that much of a damn dude to say you want to be all this much of a damn dude and you still want some dick. Okay.
That's what he said. I ain't gonna say it like that.
So then it becomes, why are you playing? Okay. You know you a girl, just be a girl. And the whole thing of it is, but that's not me. A lot of them are like, I'm not feminine like that. I'm not that. That's not what I am. You know? And so our hetero community, they won't get it. They never will. Okay. And trying to do it in a way that we're having them to like flip the script on them, they're not sophisticated to go there on the flip. Okay. It's almost, wait a minute, they will. Because it's almost like for a man who is so, you know, missionary style or whatever, he cannot fathom the idea of a woman actually topping him and doing that.
A Marine.
Okay. They can't fathom that, right? They cannot. A child that don't make no sense.
A U.S. Marine.
A man is supposed to be in control. A man. A woman ain't, you know. And if they get that doggone staunch and that way, there's nothing that's going to change their mind. So when we start talking about lesbians and carrying on and anything to deal with the rainbow or any effects of it, they're not going to hear that because everything now has to be that black and white construct. It's either this or it's that. That whole was the gray part. No, they don't want to fuck with the gray. Okay, because in the gray allows for excuse. Can we just call it? The gray allows for excuses that a lot of us don't want to accept.
Okay, let me give you a scenario. All right.
Yeah.
You got 3 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got one that's he got the double puffs up top from the pills,
mm-hmm.
right? And got the grandfather clock.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then you got one over here got a full beard, right?
Uh-huh.
And doggone took enough pills for an extendo, right? Then you got the other one over here that done had the full surgery. Everything is everything. And they get together in one room. That's not a threesome?
It's 3 people. So yeah. But what are you trying to get at?
So is it a menage a trois?
If they do it, yeah. But what are you trying to get at?
I'm trying to see where the menage a trois that people look up in the dictionary, right? Is that the same thing?
Oh, you know what? Okay, you're doing this on purpose.
No. Okay. Why I can't answer the question?
No, nigga, it ain't about asking a question. You're doing this on purpose and it's to prove a point, and I got it. But here's the ticket, okay? The ticket of it is the bottom line of the question is who fucking who, okay? Who doing the poking? Because that's basically anything that deals with rainbow, anything, it all boils down to who fucking who, okay?
Not all.
If you lesbian, what is it? Okay, if you trans, what is it? Okay, if you pre-op or post-op, and if you pre-op, who are you sticking? Because ain't nobody, you gonna tell me you looking like this much of a woman, and you got all that much dick down there, and you ain't using it or whatever. Okay, so what kind of man is gonna deal with you? Every time it comes down to these particular subjects, it goes back down to the very, 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 very basic mechanics of it all. Who fucking who?
So if a straight man is messing with a trainee, right? Is he gay?
That there always comes to be a question. Now, the answer is no. Why? Because if he's dealing with a trans woman and she's female presenting, and that's all, and this is what he deals with, then that's what that is. The world gonna say yes because this child here, if she's pre-operative and still got her tallywhacker, then the world gonna automatically say yes, he's gay. Okay. And they don't want to hear the blues. If she is post-op and don't have it, and has the had her surgery and has the JJ now, then what? Okay.
Well, I didn't see conversations where they still say yeah.
A lot of, because they know they're the clock of tea. A lot of folks say yeah because they clock of tea. Oh, they got it born a man, you shit. And they don't want it to be any other thing. They don't want it. They don't want it. Okay, they won't. They just won't. And it comes down to those particular basics. And okay, you know. So and what I appreciate with the trans community is that over time and lately within the last 10 years or so, maybe 5, I'll give it 5. We have a lot who are just, okay, can I just do whatever the fuck it is I want to do? I live my life this way. Yes, I'm trans, and my sex life ain't got nothing to do with you unless you in it. You know? And when they get that way, do you know how many folks get upset about that? Because now you ain't revealing, now it's because, oh, you tricking somebody. And then, I didn't say I was. I just said my sex life ain't got shit to do with you unless you're here with me. You know?
Oh, so that means, well, you know, I've been knowing somebody trans this whole time and didn't even realize it.
Well,
Somebody that's a hairdresser, but was born a man. I didn't even think about it that way. Because, you know, I'm like, they cool, right? They used to come, they used to patronize my events, right?
Right.
And I was cool with them, but you know, I still used to give them dap. They a few times they tried to walk up and give me the hug, you know, because they pull a woman up here. They tried to, they like, hey man, I step aside like, quit playing with me, you know what I'm saying? What? What?
Nothing. Nothing, honey.
You know, I just realized that that's what that is.
Uh-huh.
You know, I respected it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you do.
Right.
You know how I am. Your business is your business.
Your business. Right.
But I just realized that, yeah, I was always aware because, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he tried to slick get me a few times with the doggone meet and greet with the hug thing.
It's nothing but being a women doing that. Hey, baby, come here, you know.
Right.
This is being a woman.
Charlie Wagger, what happened?
You know what? Again, what I say, folks will just not, they won't. And here's the tea. The tea is just cool. Okay. Now let me go here. And I say that it's cool because we have to allow it to be. Okay. If they're not gonna change their mind, honey, ain't nothing we can do that's gonna change it. Let them stay where the fuck it is. As quiet as it's kept, good. Stay there. Okay. Stay right where the fuck you are. So that way I know who the fuck it is I'm dealing with. Okay, because it's these little switch hitting motherfuckers that get on my nerves. You want to say something in the dog.
That right there.
Okay.
Hold on. The person I'm talking about had a whole husband.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him a heterosexual. I don't know what the fuck.
Why do you need a label? You just said she had a husband. Leave it at that.
Yeah, he was living with her, right? They was in a whole relationship like it was a woman and a man now, right? Okay. She goes out of town on some hairdressing stuff, right? Now, you in a whole relationship with a crib and a car and with Mrs. Sausage. Now you over here at the fish market when she go somewhere out of town.
Right.
As soon as she go out of town, you in here in the fish market. What's wrong with him?
He's a heterosexual man. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what y'all don't want to live. Again, what I say, straight folks don't want to. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to accept that. But he's a heterosexual man.
The hell he is.
He's a heterosexual man.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and that's all that he is.
Yeah, okay. What's the next subject? I ain't gonna agree with you on that at all.
A lot of you straight folks don't want to accept that because y'all are
Decline.
the T. You the clock the T, and then y'all know, no, that's the dude. That's the dude. He's fucking around with a dude. That means that's gay. Y'all won't even let him be bi. Y'all would not even let him be bi on that, even on that regard. You would not let him be bi. All y'all know is you go home and fuck that dick because that dick got a dick. What the hell are you doing over here? He can't be bi.
As long as he ain't buy me, I don't care what you know.
No, he ain't buy me. He ain't buy you.
You just buy somewhere else, buy nigga.
You know what? No. Not they mad because now, see, now I know what it is. It's greed because y'all gonna say he's greedy. You already got that. With us.
Wait a
minute.
minute.
Come over here.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait.
That's what.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Greed has to come from something that somebody else wants comparatively. Okay. Don't nobody else want that thing over there.
Don't want what?
The thing with the doggone clocks. From the
okay, that's fine.
Okay,
no,
so
I'm talking about him.
Right, no. I'm saying greed. I'm saying you said calling them greedy. People are gonna put the label of greed because, like, he got something of interest. That's not greed. So they're not. He's not.
Then what is it? Because if y'all know he got that, but that went out of town, and he wanted to come and play. He over here playing in the same pool with everybody else.
He need to play a bulldog.
No, that's not what. No, why he got to play a bulldog? Because that's men over there, and this could be his
man in his house.
This may be his only trans experience. That's all that he wants. He's the heterosexual. See, that's the part y'all don't want to get, and y'all refuse to accept that.
So whoa. Because that's the first time he got tricked.
Who said he got tricked?
I don't know. I'm just thinking that.
We say tricking off, but he didn't get tricked. You know what he
got.
Because he stayed.
Yeah.
Right.
He stayed. He probably put a lollipop. Yeah. Anyway.
You're hateful, but go ahead.
Hey. John Blow prop on y'all doggone pop rocks.
You got it.
One
at a time.
But it just gets confusing because think about it. If he goes somewhere, right, like the place I patronized last night, right, in there he gay. Okay, right or wrong?
And where?
The place I went patronize last night. You've been there before.
Yeah.
He gay. All of ain't nobody putting ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Right?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about far as the type of crowd that's there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're gonna yell gay. Right. But if we put him over in a situation of like something like an EDM place playing, you know, the development of house music type thing, then people are more acceptable. You know, they're gonna accept it and not call it gay. Make sense?
Okay, I hear where you at. I hear where you.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear where you are
because the community is what called gonna point the finger.
I hear where you are. Okay. I'm
think about when we used to go to house. Think about when we was growing up. We go to major house parties, right?
Right.
And I'm talking about house music party. And when we had a house music party, everybody of every sexuality
is there.
Is in the same ballroom.
Right. Living.
Having the time of their life.
Living.
And nobody has a problem with nobody.
Right.
Those environments are more acceptable to his bouncing around than it is to, you know what I'm saying? Than it is for him to be somewhere like in the cut, or you know what I'm saying?
But those environments are not, we're not trying to pick up at those environments. Those are party environments.
All right.
Oh, okay, it's time for a commercial. The atmosphere is different. Most of the time, we're not there to pick up anybody. We got to dance and to get a sweat on and carry it on. If I'm going someplace where I know I'm going out here to go pick up somebody or da-da-da, I know where to go. Again, y'all still will not give him the grace to say he's bi at least. Y'all, you don't wrote him off as he just gay because he does better with your trans person.
Right.
No one is saying he's bi or anything. And hell, the girls are trying to make their coin.
But the house party thing is going to be, they'll say, they'll take the buy.
So you still trying to say, throw his ass over there because they would take it. I'm saying, why did he got to go over there just to, if he's over here, my interest is over here. I'm coming to go make a score over here. I'm not going to go dance over there. I'm coming to make a score.
But there's a lot of fish in that pond over there.
But why can't I come over here? Because I'm comfortable over here. See, again, this is why I said greed. See, y'all mad because if he were to score, the whole thing up here, nigga, what you over here for? You got over here and you wanted, why you fuck with these bitches and you know we here? Because if one of these bitches fuck with you, that means I can't fuck with her because you nasty. Then can we get down to the bottom of it? You's a nasty motherfucker, and I don't want a bitch to go up there and fuck with you because you fucking with that.
Well, I'm going to explain something about that perfect evening. Somebody did snitch on him. He scored. But then he doggone was a foul ball because he didn't make it. Because while they was getting ready to go, somebody doggone put the bug in one of the girls' ear. They shut him down. Hateful. I thought it was hilarious.
Hateful.
Because, and then he knew that somebody shut him down because he came back in. And he was mad, like, you know, had an attitude. And I was like, what's wrong with you? He was like, one of these niggas in here told one of the females I was just trying to told him about patience. I was like this. I said, oh. Okay.
Yeah. The haterade is real.
The hate is real. You know what I told him? You know me. If you come talk to me, I feel like you're comfortable, so I'm going to respond. You know what I told him?
What?
Why would you go fishing in the same lake that you bring your fishing rod to?
Now that there, I would give you. Now that, I would fucking give you. Why the hell you in here? You know your bitch work here.
No, she don't work. That's what you always bring. She come with her light friends. She comes with you as a couple.
See?
So why would you go fishing?
Now there we go.
In the pond where you bring a rod.
There we go. Now that is where that is. No, player. And then can we go here too? Because see, who's to say, hell, somebody know patient bitch, we trying to save your ass.
Who's to say, if he had enough balls to snitch on you to one of these girls and nobody know, he ain't gonna snitch on you to her.
Bam. And did you have it?
And trans is the breadwinner.
Okay. Right. So listen, let me take another commercial break. That was my line. We'll take another commercial break. When we come back, darling, this next subject, honey, is going to be a little bit that way. I want to talk to all of my chronically single people. We're going to get into something here, okay? Y'all going to be ready?
Yeah, we're going to be ready.
Okay. We'll go here. All right, be back. Be bold. Be unique. be the tea with a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is. Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570. Welcome to Alo Nana. Treat yourself to the luxurious experience of having all-natural shea butter soaps and body balms that will soften, radiate, and even exfoliate your skin. Alo Nana products are designed with you in mind to promote overall health and wellness the way the nature intended. No dyes, no colors, no chemicals. Just pure love, like receiving a hug from grandma. Get your Alo Nana today. Contact Aunt Nikki on IG or call 267-629-1364. Alo Nana, building a legacy, not a letdown. We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. Order yours today. All right. And we are back. If you're just tuning in, honey, you are Dishing Tea with Big Meech. And I am he, honey. I am Big Meech, honey, the host and carried on. My co-host will be back in just a moment. And we're going to go into something here that I think is a cute topic. And I think it's going to get some traction. Y'all here with me? Huh? Where are all my chronically single people? Okay. Well, I mean by chronically. I'm talking to those, and this piece of fabulous. Wait a minute, John. Those of us who have not been in relationships for a long time, have, it's been far and few in between since you've been in one. Even when you was in a relationship, you felt like you wasn't in one. All your friends are carrying on always dating and da. Okay. Ooh. They say this storm was coming, child. They said it. But, oh, wow. It feels cute, though. It's a little chilly, but it feels cute. But nonetheless, I want to talk to you and ask this particular question. Because you're chronically single, did you get upset because you're always put in the friend category? And y'all know what I mean. You're single because every time you think you made a connection, you think you're going to go do something, you think you're going to go dating and think whatever, the person feel that you're the catch me out. Honey. Oh, you're so nice, you're so wonderful. Oh, you're just such a good person. And oh my God, I feel so comfortable with you. But then you always get, but you're such a good friend. I only see you I see you like a brother, honey. Oh, the big brother I never had. Oh, I can talk to you like a goody girlfriend. You're just a sister friend of mine. You know. Or better yet, oh, this happened to me down in Big Boy Pride. I got put into elder status, child. Because I was out. Oh, well, hello there. Hi, people. Wait a minute. His doo-wop dated and went upside down and turning and carrying on and making his own little doo-wop. Minister phone, you know, we got the thing that turns and swivels and all that. But do you find yourself always in that particular category? And when you do find yourself there, what do you do about it? How do you handle it? Is it something that are you able to navigate the water safely? Are you able to really appreciate your singleness? Or are you just sitting up there thinking you're just buying time and hoping, wishing, praying on my time gonna come? Okay. Or are you one of the people who just gave up, you know? Are you one of the people that say, you know what, this ain't for me, you know? One of my favorite songs is by Stephanie Mills. She said, love hasn't been easy on me, honey. Oh, it picked me up and turned me around, tossed me all around. Oh, love hasn't been easy on me, baby. Love not been for me. She said it took me to changes. That wasn't the best for me. I'm going crazy. So blind I couldn't see. Love how used me. Till it used me right on up. And I stood beside you. Till I finally had enough. 'Cause love hasn't been easy on me. It has lifted me up and turned me around, knocked me all around. So what do you do? Are you some of the ones that sit up there and want to burn candles and sit up there and, you know, you put your sage out there and then you get your cinnamon and this, that, and that. But did you go to the candle shop and get, you know, a male candle, male dollar? Did you get a female candle or whatever? And burn your candle with your little love spell. And my Lord, send me love, blah, blah, blah. What do you do? What do you do? Okay, how do you navigate through loneliness? How do you navigate through the feeling of not being loved in the sense of Eros type love? Eros type love, and Eros is, that romantic, that the wooing and the cooing, and the intimate moment type love. Everybody knows that agape is, that whole unconditional with the love of God. I'm going to love you and accept you as you are, where you are, and carrying on. Agape love loves you through your stages and your changes, and it's always there for you and carrying on. So what is that? How is it that you navigate those particular waters? Or do we start to hate on those who are dating or in relationships? And, do we cast shade? Do we, what is all that? How do you, as a chronically single person, navigate yourself? Do you get very spiritual and just run to God and immerse those feelings into scripture and all of that, and you just become, on fire for the Lord and yada yada? Does that bring you peace and happiness or whatever? What is it that you do? What is it that you do though? Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. Yeah. It's really, it's a trip actually. It's really a trip. Because I know for me, I get tired of being put in the friend zone. And it's happened to me so much to where now I don't even look for nothing. I stop looking. I tell folks, if it happens, it's going to happen organically, right? It's going to happen because I'm not searching for it. I'm not going to sit down there and put myself on the chopping block for it no more. I'm just not, And so because of that, it could be misconstrued that I'm just jaded or whatever. No, I'm not jaded. It's just that here, for me, I just see it. I see it as a fact right now, child. It ain't my season. It just ain't my season. Now, how many of y'all have accepted sex over a relationship? Because it's the relationship a sexual one. That's the only thing y'all have in common. Okay. That's the only thing you have in common. That y'all come together, you talk a little chicken for a little minute. Okay, next thing you know, wham, bam, thank you, Sam. Okay. And don't cry. I'll see you on the next go round, baby. Call me, keep me posted. So what is that? What we got? Oh, one more thing. I am super single at this point in my life, just more comfortable being solo dolo at this point. Now, what makes that comfortable? What makes solo dolo being comfortable? And let's talk about that, because I say this all the time when I see couples and they start, and especially the kind of stuff that they argue over. It's like, ooh, child, thank you, Lord, I ain't got to deal with all that. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to sit down here and deal with somebody who's mad because I didn't tell you that I was going around the store to the corner. And it became a big to-do. That's crazy. It's crazy and it's ridiculous. It's like, no. Why do we allow ourselves to put up with that? Why? And then when we say we're super dolo, I like that. I'm super dolo. Solo dolo. Is that the consolation prize? Do we become solo dolo as the consolation prize for you know, we was going after the car, but they gave us the turtle wax and the life supply of new finish or something. You know, no, mop and glow. That's what they used to give, mop and glow. Get a life supply of mop and glow and new finish. For you know, for whatever. Is that what we become? So I'm gonna throw that out there. See what kind of bait that's gonna have, if something's gonna come back to us, and something's gonna walk with us and talk with us and work with us and move with us and this, that, and the third. I want to know what the tea is, because oftentimes, and here's the thing, let me be a little transparent here. I know what. Oh, Chelsea, somebody's trying to call me. Yeah, hold on. I'm not going to take this call. I am just trying to get it. Oh, shit. Oh, come on. Don't you hate this is when you know it's time to get a new phone? Because your damn pieces don't want to work. I need to still going, so can you believe that? No, I can't. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I done got caught up over here, and I got to drifting because I thought about something. You know, in being single, oftentimes, but let me just put my own stuff like that. I don't like being the third wheel or the fifth wheel or whatever, because all of my teens and 20s that came on, all of my friends, they were always dating. And this and then I was always the one that was always out. I for the most part, I didn't have. And then the one time that I was in relationship, the one time I was, you know, it became one of those, oh, I don't love you like you love me kind of thing. You see me as a lover. I see you as a goody girlfriend. That will always be the bane of my existence. And it was like, wow, you know, don't you get kind of thing, right? But it begs to ask the question, you know, what does that mean for you as someone who, you know, the chronically single, you know, what does that mean for you? Okay. How do you navigate the waters, especially, you know, when you got Valentine's Day, it flipped on its own. And the light that struck it in with, and it did a little loop. Okay. What does it mean for you? You know, and then you're trying to get through these holidays or whatever. Most of I know for me, I've gotten good because those like Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day and that kind of shit. That it don't do me, right? I like the day after I go get the candy for half off or 75% off, right? But that does. So how is it that you're able to navigate through those waters? You know, how do you do that? And again, the question becomes, Are we navigating because we want to navigate through them, or are we just going through the motions because we're just supposed to? Or do you secretly want to go out there and become partnered or whatever the case may be, but yet you're just getting tired of being put in the friend zone? So what does that mean for you? The question is, let me bring it back. Okay, are you ready? The question is, for the chronically single, okay, those who are chronically single, do you know how to navigate through the being always put in the friendship zone? Or are you one of the people who hate on others who can date freely? Do you show your haterade because folks are dating?
I don't per se show haterade.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have some envious ways when I see certain things.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
When I see certain couples out, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You know, I applaud them. I really don't have no hate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I applaud them for being able to do that.
Right.
But then, you know, then I look at like, when is it my turn?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
You preach it to the choir.
Like, when is it my turn? Like,
yeah.
It's like, I know what I have to offer.
Right.
I know my work.
Right.
I don't evaluate my work based off the negativity of what other people got to say.
Gotcha. Lovely.
Because they all headaches. They can kiss my aspirin.
Not your aspirin.
But at the end of the day, like, I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm communicating with somebody that I'm very fond of, and I'm just gonna be patient.
Okay.
But again, Valentine's Day.
Hey, y'all.
Valentine's Day was painful. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Valentine's Day was painful. And you don't know it till it gets here.
Right. Okay.
That's the thing. It's one of them things that sneak up on you.
Okay.
And what I do know is, you know, this past Christmas, I was around family. So that brought joy to me to be able to see my family. You know what I mean? Yeah, that really brought joy to my heart to actually see my family. So that covered up that part of it. Now, that last Christmas,
yeah,
it was hell. You know, I went through an accident. I went through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went through a lot. But what was crazy was, you don't know that single monster until you have sat in your living room and looked at a Christmas tree lit that nobody was going to be cared about but you.
That's good. That's good.
When you sit there and you see that tree and it's lit up, and then nobody else gonna see it. That's a devastating feeling.
Let me ask you, because well, before I ask, let me get my little 2 cents in here. Oh, but I'm not a hater on relationships because I like to see folks happy. Part of my joy is to see other people happy and this, that, and the other, right? I love that. But I know that feeling of when is it going to be my turn, you know? And it's like, okay. And I've gotten to a point now to where I just stopped looking for a turn, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's like, I look at other people in relationships and look at, you know, some of the shit they go through and this, that, and that. I'm like, oh, especially those who are, you know, in bad relationships and you know they were in it just to say they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, okay, child, girl, I ain't got time for all that. You mad because you trying to go out with your girlfriends or you didn't. No.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. And at first I used to look at it differently.
Mm-hmm.
But a married woman or a woman in a monogamous relationship ain't got no business running the streets with single women. And I'm just
okay.
And that's some whole shit. And I'm standing on it. That's just, I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. There's enough of you loosies out there to run the pack. Y'all run a pack together. You don't have to doggone drag nobody up out of their house.
All right, I'm gonna let you have that because
it's enough of them to run in packs.
I'm a little different on that. I know where you're going, but I'm a little different on that.
That's crazy that you would want to disrupt, take time away from a relationship, just so you can be out and you're scowling at the men.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. At the end of the day, that's a setup, bro.
Okay.
That's a setup. That's just like me. When I got my ducks in the order and all that.
Right.
That whole, hey, come kick it with me at the strip club stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's put a caveat on that. Okay. Because just like you said, come kick it with me at a strip club. Okay. Now, ladies, when they go out, and yes, we do know the girls who are single and trying to go mingle and this, that, and the other. But there are also those moments where maybe women just have their girlfriends and they just want to go out. My caveat is, you know you're married. So that means that you're going to put a cap on some shit because I got to get home to my husband. You're not going to be out all motherfucking night like you was when you were in your single days, come home 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because you did not have responsibilities at home. You know, that there is different. And that's where.
But so you got to remember, if she don't lock it down from the time she walk out the door,
mm-hmm.
meaning drive her own vehicle,
right.
control her own business.
Right.
If they be like, girl, I got you, I'm picking you up, whatever, that's a setup. Because once you out there, it's up to them when they ready to drop you off or bring you home. And now you stuck in this doggone zone where you ain't got no business out this time of night.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it happen. Man, I've seen it happen so many times.
I've seen it happen, and I'm still a little different on that. And I know I feel you, and I agree. I'm just still a little different. That point where it's like, okay, when you said yes, I'm going to go. Okay, there's something there, right? Because you know you have responsibilities to carry on. The people who take you out with them know you have responsibilities. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if there's no mutual respect there, and I think that's where you're going. You don't respect my house enough to this, that, and the other. But then you got those who know you're in a relationship or in a marriage, but yet you still want to have your single ways. See, if you are going out and you're still trying to act as if you're single, that's a whole different ballgame. But if you're out and everybody is respectful and carrying on, that's what my caveat is. I don't want to put a whole
Let me tell you something.
broad stroke on that.
Let me tell you something. It ain't just on the hookerism of the female.
I got you.
I've been somewhere before, right? Where I thought I was on my way home.
Right.
And right when we got by the interstate,
They made it up.
they bust a right jump down the interstate talking about, "No, you with me tonight." You know what I'm saying? You ain't with me tonight, this and that. Now me, I was planning on taking that ride to the house, taking me a shower, getting into bed, and calling my significant other and talking to her till we both went to sleep because I'm actually out of town. You know what I'm saying? And I'm keeping it like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. I ain't out in the streets.
Right.
I get snatched up and taken to a whole opposite side of the city. And then I'm out there till 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm out there. They, got one in Rome, so everybody taking shots. So by the time I got home at 3-something in the morning, now I'm coming into my family house. Lizard. Meaning I fell out. I never made that phone call. So when I wake up in the morning and I make the phone call, how do I look? Out of town, getting down.
Right.
There wasn't nothing like that going on. So that's why I said some people don't.
And let's take the conversation to that particular aspect of it, because there's those who don't respect that you're in that relationship. You know that what was that? No, you hanging with me tonight. What the hell is this?
Right.
You know,
it was kidding.
That's not the agreement. Right? Exactly. That's not the agreement. You know. And this and the third, and now you're about to put me in a compromising situation. Well, now I got to explain me. Well, I don't need to. So now, those who are chronically single, and I keep saying chronically because I happen to be one of them. Okay, I can count the number of times that I've been on a date. I mean, been in relationship or whatever, or dated someone. Most of my dating life.
Let me ask you something. I'm sorry. How do you define single?
How do I define single? I define single as I am someone who am responsible for myself. I am not romantically involved with anyone that I hold myself accountable for or to. I am basically someone that doesn't have to deal with any other kind of relationship responsibilities in that matter. You know, I'm not necessarily looking to, my answers are always a me. I don't have a we. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to think of it. When I make a choice, it's not about a we. It's always me. I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. I don't have to have another consideration in that. There is nothing about that says, "Oh, let me think about this."
So I have a question.
Well,
I mean, watching you and seeing how you move and being around you, I can say that you are single. Can you say that about me?
Can I say that about you? Actually, I can now. I can now. In the beginning, I would say no. You were moving like someone who was hurt. You were moving like someone who was hurt, and moving in that space of, I got to feel this void because I don't like this feeling. Okay. And I'm gonna be very transparent here. I am when my haterade hits, I am one of those people who hate on folks who feel as though they got to be in a relationship. I am, because I don't understand that got to be feeling. Okay, and maybe a lot of that happens to be because when I thought I was there and I got to have a relationship, no one saw me that way. I've always been in the fucking friend zone. I have been just the cat's meow, everything, and the chips and the 2-liter soda. I have been, but not enough for you to consider me to be a partner, a lover, a dater, this, that, another. Enough to fuck. We get a fuck on, but nothing to where it could be anything serious. So anytime I'm around folks, especially during the holiday time and carrying on, where they got to be, oh my God, that just drives me insane.
Could that be because you've been single so long?
Could be. Could be.
That's some personal mental thing with you.
I would take that.
Because you've been single so long. No, I'm saying I'm looking at it.
I'll take it.
Could be because you've been single so long. So yeah, that disturbs you.
I'll take it. I'll take it because yeah. Because I'm when it comes down, so much so to where even now I don't know. Me moving down here to Atlanta taught me how to go out on a date. Okay. And what do you mean, Meech? My very first date, like a real date, I was 29 years old. I told y'all this story before with Bart. He was a guy I had been lusted after this man for like 6 years. I would see him and oh my God, like physically everything that I love in a man. Okay, everything. And you know, he was into leather and carried on. I was working security at the bar. So he would come to the bar and I would see him and I would say, hey, you know, that was all that. But oh my God, 6 years I would see this man, right? We ran into each other at an audition. We were both auditioning for the play Rent. They had came to Detroit and we were both there. I'm a baritone bass and he's a tenor. He made it to the second round. I didn't because the song that they had with the screaming tenors, I didn't get there. So then after that, we ran into each other again at a club called Hellfire, as an S&M organization, right? And we ran in there on a move-in day. And that was when we had a conversation and stuff. And he invited me to the bar, right, to sit down and have a cocktail and this and that. That was my very first day where I actually went to a bar with a guy. We sat down, we ate, we talked, we vibed. That was the first time that I actually told somebody that I did drag. Because in Rainbow World, you don't tell nobody you do drag, child, because that's pulling every nail in your coffin. Okay. But when I told him I did that, it excited him. He said, oh, really? I would like to see that. And everything in me just stood up, right? I'm like, oh shit, you know, pass the litmus test. Well, that entire week, you know, was just that. It was wonderful, right? It was wonderful. And, you know, we had to serve the breakfast and stuff in the morning. He would come to the night. He would give me a kiss in the morning and this and that. Everybody knew I was fond of this chap. Everybody knew. Okay. But it got to the point, and I felt myself going over the rainbow. And I said, Lord, I prayed that day. I said, Lord, if he ain't mine, don't give him to me. If he ain't mine, don't give him to me, because you know where I am. And we were supposed to have a date that coming Thursday, because the event was over and he was leaving. I was getting up to get dressed to go. And by the time I had got to the bar, I missed him. He had left. That was back in 1999. I have not seen that man since. Okay. I have not seen that man since. Okay, just recently found him online. Just recently. So that was my first time. When I got here to Atlanta, no, my first time going on a date. Just before moving here to Atlanta, I went on a date, which was fabulous. He was somebody with some money. Catch that. He was a doctor. He didn't want to tell me he was a doctor in the beginning. He was trying to feel me out, right? I'm always been told, honey, when you got on a date, you know, you do not order more than what the date is going to spend on himself. Okay? You do not do that. You either match him or you go under. A good girl go under what he's going to spend on himself, right? And if you feel the need to where you want to order something, you got your own coin in your purse, you know, to get your little extras, whether a little to-go bag, yeah. So we were talking and carrying on, and I had already made up my mind to move here. And we were at that particular point where we were talking, and he wanted me to stay. White guy, too. It was the first time I dated a white guy. He wanted me to stay, and I said, baby, there's no way I can because everything's packed. We ready to go. So then when I got down here to Atlanta, I learned how to be in the moment. Whatever this moment is, it's this moment. It's nothing more, nothing less. You know, I had to, you know, I wrote a song. I say part of the song is, you know, we always said yes to the dress and match the carpet to the drapes, you know, in our head because we, you know, we're trying to project. And that it is what it is. So being down here in Atlanta has taught me how to comfortably go out on dates. But at the same time, I still have not dated a lot because I still get, oh, you're such a good friend. You are such a good this, a big brother, big sister, you uncle, auntie. I get all the family members. Okay. Mama in some cases, daddy on others. You know, I get all the family members. Okay. So I've always been in that zone. So yeah, it arose me whenever, you know, folks who are really into me or whatever, because a lot of times I don't trust it. You know, I don't trust it because for the most part, they love calling card. They just want to have sex. And that there, now part of that is that sexual addiction talking, because that there was part of my triggers in the addiction. You know, you don't want me, you just want to have sex.
Well, the biggest thing about it, and this when you out here in this skillet, I call it the heterosexual skillet. Here's a problem. Shallow.
Oh, come on.
A lot of women don't like big guys. A lot of women don't like short guys.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women don't like dark guys. A lot of women don't like light guys. There's always what they don't like, but want to be accepted in everything they are.
Right. Aha. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that if God sends you something, it don't always come in the pretty little box that you want it to be.
No, that's true. Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to recognize that what is sent to you is what you need.
Right.
And learn how to accept your blessing.
Okay.
Instead of throwing your blessings away because it didn't come in the box that you wanted.
Right. Okay. Not that part. Mm-hmm.
But I just look at it like, you know how I've been for a minute. Like I'm evil with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm evil with it. I'm just saying, you know how I am. A woman could walk up to me in a red. You've been around me long enough.
Right.
A woman walk up to me in a red dress and be like, "You like my red dress?" And I don't even believe her that it's red.
Right.
It could be red.
Right.
But I'm gonna investigate it because I think she's lying.
Feel you.
And it's sad But I'm gonna tell you something. People can be around you, and you can see the signs of deceit.
Yes.
You will recognize this sign, that sign, and you will ignore it because you want so much for that relationship to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want it to work so bad.
Yeah.
You're going to ignore all of a sudden the phone is locked up. All of a sudden, you can't let the phone go. You steady tapping on the phone. All of a sudden, the phone goes to the bathroom with you every time you go. It's like all of a sudden, a lot of opposites of what you used to do.
Right.
And you started recognizing these things, but you don't say anything because you want those things to be nothing.
Right. It's a figment of my imagination. I'm tripping.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah.
Even when you get those discernments, those the messages sent directly to you.
Yeah.
Man, I got messages sent to me directly of flirtatious acceptance. And what I mean by flirtatious acceptance is a man grabbing and squeezing and rubbing, and all you doing is saying, "Quit playing with me," or "He ha-haing with it." No respect. He got none for me, and you got none for me.
Right.
Because you should have cracked him in this.
Right.
And I should have known about it.
Right.
I knew this stuff spiritually and never said nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just weird to me, the things that you will keep letting slide by. And then when everything explodes, you get a full run back through your mind of those things and 100 others.
That whole, what I call the Carrie syndrome. Remember the movie Carrie? Just because she went off and she said, and everything just played back in her head. Yeah.
And it's crazy because that what locked me in. And you've been around me how I've been acting.
Right.
I just recently opened up. Because at first I was on some, I didn't care what you do.
Right.
But I just recently opened up. And and I got a crack open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's sad that we got to walk around here in protect mode because people want to be disloyal.
Yeah. Just loyal. Now let me ask you this. And I don't know, did you know that feeling of feeling like the third wheel or the fifth wheel?
You mean in a crowd, in a group? I actually, and this is okay. I actually do because, and this is one of the reasons why, if you notice, I don't let nobody drive nowhere.
Right, I know.
And that's that's on the list as one of the reasons why.
Okay.
Because the minute two people or two couples are coupling up, I'm out. Or one couple is get the hugging and kissing too much, I'm out. And nothing against them. I'm happy for them. But what's the point of me sitting there?
Bam.
Because me sitting there, that ain't gonna do nothing but piss me off about how I got there.
Child, that is the story of my adult life. You know, all of my friends and Karen, like I said, they've been, they in love on Monday, Tuesday, honey, yes, Wednesday, then they got married, Thursday, then they had children, Friday, honey, you know, they in trouble. Saturday, honey, they got divorced. Okay. Sunday, you crying, going out to the bar, want to run back to me. Okay, but girl, let me tell you what's going on. And then here we go Monday again, bitch, you done found somebody else. Okay, and we start that process over. And then it's like with me, I was always the one, never in the relationship. Either I was the third wheel because there was 3 of us or whatever, or I was the 5th wheel because there's 4 of us, and it's still me. And the one time that I was in relationship, as opposed to being the 6th of us, I still became the fucking 5th wheel. Because this fool decided to go home. He, you know, it was a whole big to do.
You know what? I got a message too I want to put out. This is the PSA, Big Red Fella. Atlanta women, you got to stop. You got 90% takers blood in your body. Taker. Everything is take. And I think it's sad because the best relationships in the world is when giving and love and caring and loyalty, respect and everything is reciprocal. But you all are so busy trying to figure out what you can get out of somebody. Some of y'all don't even understand. Y'all part of that high rate of suicide in Atlanta, Georgia. I bet it's a lot of y'all walking around right now know that somebody blew their head off because of how you treated them. And ain't saying a word about it.
All that.
I know it. I sit back and I watch it. All y'all look at is what you can get out of a man. But hey, karma's real.
And ain't no different over here.
And I'm just saying, I just thought about that, and I sit back and I say, all they do is take. And some of them are more savvy than others.
Right.
But at the end of the day, did you know true happiness is bringing something to the table and having somebody in your life that's bringing something to the table? Now it's a lot on the table. And there's the comfort that you look for. It's simple math. You doing right plus him doing right equal exactly what you're looking for.
Exactly. Okay.
But you takers, you're going to reap what you sow.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to know how many of y'all did nothing but take on Valentine's Day.
Wait, catch this. Valentine's Day is February 14th. Sweetest Day is always the 3rd Saturday of October. Okay. How many of y'all know about Sweetest Day? How many of y'all know that Sweetest Day is supposed to be the male Valentine's Day?
Right.
Because that there is when women go and they do for the man. Okay? That's what the Sweetest Day. And it started because there was a woman who was paying homage to the troops or something. And she was giving them those candy little baskets and those treats and things to say thank you. Okay, and that's how Sweetest Day got started. A lot of folks don't know that, but at the same time, Those who do, y'all still don't do for your man. Okay?
Takers.
Y'all want him to make sure the Valentine's. Listen, I need to start me at one of them damn basket companies or something, because them baskets be making a killing on that damn weekend. Okay? Big old stuffed animal, a little knockoff little purse, and all the little goodies and things up in the basket.
And how many of y'all showed up to dinner or anything that he done for you for Valentine's Day? Anywhere he took you, I don't care if it was a theater, movie, whatever. How many of y'all showed up empty-handed?
That part. See. So it's all of that. It's all of that. So dating, I wanted to pose that, for those of us who are chronically single, what does that mean? And everybody asks me, why are you single? I said, because I am, it's by choice, and the choice is because, hell, at this particular stage of the game, honey, I'm 56 years old. I have had 5 little times I've actually dated. And the most recent one was, 10 years ago almost now? Is it that? Woo, shit, wait a minute. For real? Maybe 7. I refuse to believe it was 10 years. Okay? No. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all, that just hit me. Stephanie she came with Angela Winbush and things down at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. I went to that show. I had tickets. And then the guy that I was dating, we were loosely dating. I called him because the person who was supposed to be going, Renee, right? Now he doesn't live here in Atlanta. He lived down another place. And I asked him, I said, I'm sorry that it's last minute. And, but I got an extra ticket. Would you like to go? And he tells me, oh, well, I will have to, I'm going to be in town, but I won't be able to do that because I have a partner now. A partner. And I was like, what the hell is this? And it became a whole big to do. But yeah, that was the last time I actually dated, and this, that, and the third. No. Now do I have friends with benefits? Yes. Have I gone out on a little dinner date here and there? Yeah, but it's been more on the platonic issue. Not necessarily on some kind of, oh my God, let me get to know you kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Even when I went to the movies, okay, that was a platonic thing. And this, that, and the third. Now I invited the guy, so we paid his way. But hell, it was the 3 of us. And we took Jerry to the movies.
Took who?
Jerry. Who went to the movies?
Yes. And we all, I'm ready for the cards.
Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah.
He wanted to do these cards. Lord have mercy. All right. Let's go here to these cards, Chad. I'm going to do a few of these, and then we're going to get out of here. Oh, okay. No, those are the ones I said, wait a minute. Now, the way how these cards are reading, these particular cards are basically for, we're coming from the Soulmate Questions deck. I got these off of Temu, okay? So the way how these cards are questioned, they question like if you're playing at home with your significant other, right? So I'm going to try to form the question a little bit more ambiguous so that like I'm answering him and it's not like he and I talking to one another, okay? Oh, here's a question. You know, I'm gonna take this and then you go through it and you take and then you ask. Okay, this one here says, what makes you feel safe? And well, if you were talking to your significant other, say, well, what makes you feel safe in a relationship?
What makes me feel safe in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
If the female was susceptible to public affection and basically not afraid of representing who we are as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That would make me feel safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She don't mind calling me her name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, my baby daddy did this to me, and I felt special, right? I felt like it was. In fact, it had just become everything for me. And that there was, we had all went out. We were over at was it the Jungle? I know what it was called. I think so. Because it's no longer. We were over there to watch the show. And he wanted me to go with him to the bar because he was going to buy me a cocktail. I said, okay. And he grabbed my hand and like escorted me through the bar. Right? When I tell you I felt like a pussy bitch. I was like, did he just do this? Right? And see, when he came into town, at that particular time, he would come into town, and our son was here with us. So we would have a family day. So every time he came into town, he would take us to go get our hands and our feet done, right? So we went to go do that, then we went to go get something to eat and carried on. So and he would build up to us going out for that night. And the first night, because he used to make me mad, because he would always come and get Kiera's, right? That's our son. He would always get Kiera to take Kiera to his hotel room or whatever. Now, I never knew what the hotel was, but he would always come and get Key after our day, right? So he would come and do all that, and then he'd take Key and then be gone, right? And so that particular night we went out, and yeah, that's what made me feel like, wow. You know, I actually had that particular feeling. And no, we were not dating or whatever, but that was, yeah, that took me there. Yeah, that took me right there. I did the looks, because you know, Jeff is a very handsome man, very, very handsome. And the looks that I was getting, like, you with that, because for those who didn't find I was attractive or thought I was too big, you know, it was all of that. I was like, bitch, eat your heart out of me. That was cool. So yeah, so those of you who are still here, you can go ahead and put something in the comment section there, because you know the tone done changed a little bit, right? Because when we think about relationships and again, if you are chronically single, you know, the ones who, you know, you have not been in relationship with any kind of, you know, it's not like you single because you just broke up, or you know, or you know, you out of relationship and you've been single for a long time. Now I'm talking about those of us who have been chronically single, to where we have not been in relationship, you know, hardly ever. You know, that kind of thing, to where relationships is like, I put it like, you know, in church they tell us that because Moses had to pay his penance for destroying the 10 Commandments, he was able to lead the folks to the land of milk and honey, but Moses couldn't get over there. He couldn't walk in. he had to look at it. You know, he could be up on the mountaintop, he could look into it, and this, that, and another, but he couldn't enter.
I got one.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
How many of your childhood friends have you maintained meaningful connections with into your adulthood?
Ooh. Let's see. Childhood friends. Wow. Most of mine that we had were from high school, because there's a number of us that we made a pact in high school. Most of us from our drama class, our Choke Desire, there's a number of us. Let's see, Pete, Nikki, Abram, Derek, Jesse, Tim, Travion, that's already 8. That's it. That Desiree, you know, that's the girl in my prom picture. She just recently passed, so that was my lifelong friend there. Well, we're no longer talking. That would have been you, because that's my best. That was my bestie.
Mm-hmm.
We go back to junior high school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah,
10.
a 10.
Okay. Let's see. With me, let me say, we got Lori, Calvin, we have Mitch, Tremaine, Sean, girl Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy Sean, girl.
Right.
Norma,
Right.
Florine,
Right.
Ricky Robinson. He moved down here now.
Okay.
Al. Damn. That's some hip hop.
Okay.
Oh, Jamal, look at that.
Okay.
And I still creating. Oh, I can't call her name. If I say her name right now, I'm gonna get a phone call. We're just gonna say P. I'll get a phone call. Okay. It's probably I got about 20 people that I'm still connected with.
Wow.
It's a blessing.
That is.
That is a blessing, because a lot of people can't say that. Because,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And out of all the females I was naming, only one of them I slept with.
Okay.
That's really a blessing.
Okay.
Lord, I have issues. I would have to say Karen Mama. That's my childhood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. It's probably about 20 something when I sit down. If I sit down, it's probably about 20
Right.
something.
I think I have a few more as well, but most of mine came from high school. So
It's crazy
because-
how Lori and all them live down here now.
wow. Yeah, because the rest of them, like I could call names, but we haven't kept. One more.
And Ricky is he's a real estate agent here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Where in your life do you feel overlooked?
Where in my life do I feel overlooked? Huh. Where do I feel overlooked?
Mm-hmm.
Well, overlooked. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna say this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna count overlooked as people holding grudges,
Mm-hmm.
huh,
Mm-hmm.
against you on falsified things that they knew nothing
Right.
about.
Okay.
What they were holding a grudge for was totally the opposite.
Right.
They had not a clue what it was because they were too young to know what it was.
Right.
So I feel like that put them in a position for me to be overlooked on connectivity with things
Mm-hmm.
because you had a grudge.
Right. One more, we'll shut it down. No, I know. Oh, I gotta answer it. I gotta answer
Right.
it. What makes me overlooked? Feel overlooked. I feel overlooked anytime. I'm a bigger than life personality, so a lot of times, folks will not take me seriously because either they say I'm too much, or I'm too big, I'm too dramatic, I'm too theatrical. You know, it's always been I'm too. Okay, and because of that, it breeds them just want to just blow me off, you know, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the last one.
Last question, y'all. Then we can let y'all go.
What song or band
Mm-hmm.
defines your teenage years?
Oh, let's see. What song?
One song, one
Or
band.
band
One song, one band.
describes my
Teenage.
teenage years? Let's see. This is the 80s, honey. And if there was a song that I think would describe me, wow. And the first song that came to mind is Denise Williams' "Do What You Feel." Okay. Because I was coming out, and coming into being me and being fabulous, and what all that was supposed to have meant. And that song, that "Do What You Feel," honey, if it feels real good to you. Okay. As far as a band is concerned, the band. Oh shit! Of course, it was Boy Georgia Country Club. Boy Georgia and Country Club, honey. Carmen Chameleon in the Church of the Poison Mind, and of course, Boy was up in drag or whatever, and we would. Is it Miss Me Blind? No. I got to figure out the song where he had that purple lipstick on and all that beautiful hair. That was it. Yeah, that's it.
That's funny. Okay. Now with me, my teenage years,
Mm-hmm.
a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
It probably would be Adore.
Mm.
Huh?
Mm.
But the band,
Uh-huh.
it probably would be Ready for the World.
Yeah, I was gonna say them too. I
It
was
probably
gonna
would
say
be Ready
them.
for the World. Because when everybody else goes, oh Sheila,
Right.
I go, I'm so deep inside you, girl.
Uh-huh. Yeah, see. My room for
Right,
me.
in
Yeah.
my room, yeah. Those songs, they pulled me through some things.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't listening to Dream Boy, I was listening to Ready for the World.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You know, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Dream Boy only dropped 2 hits. Ready for the World had a
plethora. Yeah, they had a catalog, baby. Yeah. Yeah.
But song wise, Adore.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, we done got a little philosophical on y'all and carrying on, baby. These cards are cute. Again, this here is the Soulmate Questions deck. I got these off of Temu, y'all. They were like $2 for this little thing. So yeah, now listen. As I told you at the top of the show, honey, I got a new donut factory that I have to report to. So we're probably going to end up having to change what we do here. It looks like now I'm off on Saturdays or whatever. So we may end up doing the show now on Saturdays. I will keep you guys posted and carrying on what the changes are going to be. But do know we will be coming. And as a matter of fact, what may end up happening is that if we don't do full shows, we'll probably give y'all little excerpts and blurbs and the spot checks or whatever, to where we could give you some tea, honey. You might get some Big Meech moments. You might get some word of the day from Big Red. Even Aunt Nikki's on her way back, child. We talked to her, so she's coming. But what we may just do is I may have to piece together pieces and be a pre-recorded show in between our lives, okay? So listen, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings. Wow. With Big Meech and the big guy ally over there. That there is the big red fella. Okay, and in the absence of Aunt Nikki, who will be returning soon, honey, we thank you, 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 honey. If you love us like you say you do, honey, we want you to go and tell all of your family, your friends, your good Judies, honey, your gal pals, your guy Fridays, you know, your aces and carrying on. Tell them to come over here to like, subscribe, and to share as well. But if you hate us, you don't like something I said, you want a neck roll, you don't stick all that gay shit, you don't like these two fat motherfuckers, whatever that is, you could tell all of your motherfucking enemies to come over here to like, subscribe, and to share. Because, darling, one thing for certain and two things for sure is that everything that we're doing over here at Three the Hard Way, honey, everything that we're doing in any way, shape, style, form, and or fashion will move forward. Okay? So on that note, honey, I'm not going to sing out or whatever because it's been a night, honey. Okay? So we're just going to let you guys go. Y'all be blessed. And we will see you guys on the next go around. So until then, ciao.